are the aliens? That's one of the Fermi paradox question.
Oumuamua, which is an object that we detected in space that you believe could possibly have been extraterrestrial.
Elon Musk has dropped a shocking claim, one that has left scientists deeply unsettled. The strange object known as Oumuamua, which passed through our solar system in 2017, has reportedly returned. But this time it's not alone. What does that mean? Unlike anything we've seen before, Oumuamua is incredibly thin, less than a millimeter, but wide, almost like a giant cosmic sail using sunlight as propulsion. Experts are now rushing to understand what's happening. Was the first encounter simply a rare cosmic coincidence? Or is there something far more intentional and far more alarming behind its return? The truth may be more unsettling than anyone expected. A return no one saw coming. When Oumuamua was first detected in October 2017, no one had any idea what we were really looking at. At the time, scientists were thrilled. We had finally observed the first confirmed interstellar object to ever enter our solar system. Think about that. We actually have a name for something that travels between stars. That alone felt unbelievable. But even then, we weren't seeing the full story. There was much more to that strange object than anyone realized. We never even saw it directly, only the data. And that data was anything but normal. Oumuamua emitted no heat. Its shape was unusual. It didn't have a comet tail, and nothing about it fit what we expected. This was the first object ever observed that came from outside our solar system, and no one could agree on what it really was. Some experts called it a comet. Others suggested it was a fragment of a broken planet. But the clues were right there. We just didn't understand them at the time. It moved silently, no exhaust, no sound, no visible propulsion. Its path through space was eerily precise, almost intentional. It passed close, too close, as if it were observing us before silently drifting away. And then there was the most unsettling detail, the sudden speed boost it gained when it approached the sun. That should have been the warning sign. Something about it was not natural. Now the situation has become even more disturbing. Elon Musk recently revealed that Oumuamua has been detected again. Astronomers have confirmed something new entering our solar system. And this time, it isn't just one object. It's returning, and it's not alone. How is that even possible? Scientists believed Oumuamua was a harmless, random interstellar rock, traveling on a one-way path that would never bring it back. So why has it returned? And what brought the others with it? The answer is far more unsettling than anyone expected. A fleet of rocks. The first detection of Oumuamua's sudden reappearance didn't come from a government observatory. It came from SpaceX's deep space tracking systems. The object had just crossed the outer boundary of our solar system and was beginning to move into the orbital zones. This mysterious body had traveled through deep interstellar space for hundreds of millions, possibly even billions of years. But this time, something was different. Instead of detecting just one signal, instruments picked up several. And these objects weren't drifting randomly. The smaller bodies, initially assumed to be rocks, were moving in a coordinated pattern alongside Oumuamua, almost like a formation. Was it a bizarre cosmic coincidence? Or was it deliberate? No one knew yet. But what was clear was that Oumuamua's return, with additional objects traveling with it, was anything but ordinary. What made it even stranger was its motion. It wasn't just rotating like a normal asteroid, it was tumbling, twisting unpredictably as it moved, as if responding to forces we still don't understand. Something had changed, and the world suddenly had far more questions than answers. During its first encounter with us, Oumuamua was flung out of our solar system by a slingshot-like gravitational boost, something that should have made a return physically impossible if it were just a natural rock. And yet, here it was again, not only back, but accompanied. From the moment astronomers confirmed the second appearance, theories began pouring in. Some suggested the smaller objects traveling with it were fragments from a past collision. But that idea collapsed quickly. The objects moved in a flawless formation, far too precise to be random debris. Others argued these smaller bodies were present during Oumuamua's first visit and simply went undetected. But if that were true, why were we able to detect them now and not then? As tracking continued, the object's synchronized movement raised an unsettling possibility. Their path appeared intentional, not random. Their motion hinted at planning, at direction. Elon Musk offered a bold hypothesis. What if Oumuamua wasn't a rock at all? What if it was a spacecraft, an exploratory probe sent by an advanced civilization searching for life? And now, having confirmed our existence, it was returning with others. Many dismissed the idea as speculation, but the evidence was becoming hard to ignore. Its impossible return. The sudden appearance of multiple objects, their coordinated trajectory, their controlled speed and formation. The more data experts gathered, the more Musk's theory seemed plausible. As uncertainty grew, the world's most powerful telescopes were immediately redirected to track the anomaly. But what they observed only deepened the mystery. The readings didn't match any known natural object. The surface appeared unnaturally smooth, almost too perfect, reflecting sunlight as though it was made from metal rather than rock. It looked engineered, not formed by nature. And then came the most alarming detail, its trajectory. Unlike its first pass, it wasn't using the sun for a gravity assist. This time its road appeared deliberate, one that would bring it closer to Earth. Coincidence? A repeat chance encounter? Or something intentional? Scientists debated, but confusion quickly turned into concern when they noticed a final chilling behavior. Oumuamua was slowing down. A natural comet or asteroid does not simply slow in space, especially not while approaching a gravity well like our sun. Something was controlling it, and for the first time, experts were forced to confront a possibility that once it considered unthinkable. This may not be a visitor by accident. It may be a visitor with purpose. But then something unexpected happened. As Oumuamua moved away from the sun, its speed began decreasing, just as physics would predict. However, it wasn't slowing down enough. The numbers didn't match anything natural. It was behaving as though something or someone was controlling its motion. Elon Musk and several scientists quickly realized what this implied. The fleet wasn't just passing through, it was preparing for arrival. The slowing wasn't random, it was intentional, like a spacecraft performing a controlled descent into a planet's gravitational field. Panic spread through the scientific community. Everything about the movement, timing, and coordination pointed toward one possibility: first contact. Were humans about to meet an alien civilization for the very first time? And if so, were they peaceful, curious, or hostile? Even longtime skeptics began questioning their doubts as the synchronized motion of the objects became undeniable. Meanwhile, while government agencies hesitated behind layers of bureaucracy, Elon Musk made a bold decision. He refused to wait. SpaceX immediately redirected resources. Starship vehicles scheduled for unrelated missions were reconfigured. New probes were installed for close-range data collection, and more importantly, potential communication. Humanity would not sit and watch. We would intercept. This was historic. Oumuamua had once been recorded racing past the sun at nearly 196,000 miles per hour, and yet no government had ever attempted something like this so quickly. Elon bypassed the usual slow approval process and acted decisively. A single question echoed across the world. Would Elon Musk become the first human to communicate with extraterrestrial intelligence? While SpaceX raced toward launch, fear spread across political offices. If this was an alien fleet, and if Oumuamua was a functioning probe, its return could mean surveillance or invasion. Global leaders scrambled to prepare defense strategies. Some military advisors insisted humanity should strike first before the objects came closer. Others warned that aggression could trigger a galaxy-scale disaster, but Musk urged caution. If they're coming here, he argued, maybe it's not to destroy us, but to talk, to exchange knowledge or guide us. And the evidence continued supporting the idea. Oumuamua didn't behave like any known asteroid. It emitted no gas like a comet. It reflected light like a crafted material, not natural stone. This was no ordinary visitor. And now it was almost here. There was only one real way to understand these visitors. We had to communicate with them. But if this civilization was far more advanced than us, any attempt at defense or aggression could send the wrong message. Even preparing weapons or defensive systems might be seen as a threat. Elon Musk urged caution. The safest approach, he argued, was to send a peaceful signal, something that clearly showed we meant no harm. But there was a problem. How do you communicate with something when you don't even know how it speaks? For all we knew, these beings might use methods beyond our technology's ability to detect. Before anyone could attempt a solution, something extraordinary happened. The first sighting, as the fleet drew closer to Earth, telescopes finally captured the first clear images. And what they revealed stunned the world. There were no rocks at all. Instead, the objects had smooth surfaces, layered patterns, and reflective materials. Nothing remotely natural. Every doubt vanished in an instant. These weren't random stones drifting through space. They were engineered spacecraft. The designs were refined, symmetrical, and clearly built with intention and intelligence. Whatever material they were made from, it was decades, maybe centuries beyond anything humanity had ever invented. Even the brightest engineers couldn't decipher how these ships were moving, steering, or accelerating. Humanity suddenly faced a difficult truth. We were not the superior civilization anymore. Even longtime skeptics were now convinced. What we were seeing might be evidence of an advanced alien probe entering our solar system. With that realization, one thing became certain. Musk's peaceful communication plan was no longer just an idea. It was the only rational option. A new way to communicate. But the question remained, how? The alien fleet had sent no detectable signals. That could mean they hadn't tried, or that their form of communication was so advanced we couldn't recognize it. It would be like trying to talk to a rabbit using Wi-Fi. With that in mind, Musk proposed something no one expected. Communication should be handled not by humans, but by artificial intelligence. The idea was bold, even controversial, but it made sense. A powerful AI could adapt far faster than a human team. With advanced sensors and real-time learning, it could interpret patterns, whether electromagnetic pulses, light sequences, mathematical structures, or even unknown forms of language. The probe would still have human oversight, but AI would handle the first contact, minimizing the risk of misunderstanding. The thought that Earth's first conversation with extraterrestrial life might be spoken by a machine was strange, even unsettling, but it might also win the safest option humanity had. SpaceX fitted the Starship with everything needed: signal processors, translation models, communication arrays, and cutting-edge sensors. Everything was ready. The world held its breath. With hope and fear, SpaceX launched the first mission toward the incoming fleet. Humanity was no longer just observing the universe. We were about to introduce ourselves. And what the probe discovered was beyond anything anyone expected. A planned encounter. After launch, the probe, named Voyager X, finally reached the alien fleet. As it streamed back live data to Earth, humanity saw what Oumuamua truly looked like up close. The object we once assumed was a strange rock was actually an astonishing feat of advanced engineering. Its flawless, reflective surface glowed with an unnatural brilliance. Oumuamua was incredibly thin, less than a millimeter, but wide, almost like a massive cosmic sail designed to harness solar radiation for propulsion. Its construction didn't resemble any spacecraft humans had ever built. The first scans revealed something stunning. The ship wasn't assembled from multiple parts. It appeared to have been carved from a single block of an unknown material. There were no seams, no joints, no welds. The surface shimmered under sunlight, absorbing certain wavelengths and emitting others. This wasn't debris. This was technology, and a very advanced one, capable of traveling between Mach 5 and Mach 20, far beyond anything humanity had ever created. At first, the fleet remained motionless as the probe approached. But once it reached what appeared to be an acceptable distance, one of the smaller ships moved forward. It positioned itself near the probe, almost as if it were acting as a diplomatic representative. And then, communication began. The smaller vessel emitted pulses of light. They weren't random. There was structure, rhythm, meaning. This was a message. This was intentional. Elon Musk's decision to integrate AI into the probe immediately proved essential. The AI analyzes the patterns and quickly recognized them as prime numbers, a universal mathematical language. It was likely the aliens were testing us, measuring our intelligence, capability, and readiness. Had they intended harm, the fleet could have destroyed the probe instantly. Instead, they engaged peacefully. Meanwhile, world leaders struggled to process the news. Humanity had dreamed about first contact, but nobody expected it to happen like this, so suddenly, so undeniably. Questions flooded every government room. What should humanity's first official message be? Were these visitors peaceful explorers or scouts for something bigger? How could we defend ourselves if things turned hostile? Before answers could be agreed on, an even more startling revelation emerged. The probe detected outgoing signals, transmissions being sent to somewhere beyond our solar system. The alien fleet wasn't acting alone. Someone, or something, was listening. Were they reporting our behavior? Requesting instructions? Alerting their civilization? No one knew, and that uncertainty was terrifying. One thing was now undeniable. We were hopelessly outmatched. This fleet alone was centuries ahead of human technology. If this was only a small scout party, how advanced was the full civilization? As days passed and AI to light pulse communication continued, another realization surfaced. The current AI model wasn't enough. To achieve real dialogue, not just numbers, a far more advanced system was needed. Scientists began building a new AI powered by quantum computing, capable of adapting far faster and decoding entirely unfamiliar communication structures. Meanwhile, the alien ships ignored all human radio and electromagnetic transmissions. Only the prime number light patterns seemed meaningful to them. Everything continued quietly until the next shocking event. One craft detached from the fleet and moved closer to Earth. It entered an orbit just beyond the moon, and there something extraordinary happened. Sensors detected distortions in the area around the ship. Space, and even time, appeared to warp as though the craft was bending the fabric of reality itself. No known natural or artificial phenomenon had ever shown anything like it. But what happened next was even more historic. For the first time, the alien vessel sent a direct message to Earth. What happened next defied everything humanity thought it understood. The alien craft sent a transmission, yet it wasn't light, radio, or any electromagnetic form we know. It was something entirely new. The message felt less like sound and more like a thought, a concept shared directly from one mind to another without a single spoken word. This form of communication broke every rule of physics and language. But deciphering it was critical. Humanity needed to understand why this visitor had crossed the stars to reach us. Top AI researchers, cryptographers, and scientists at SpaceX began analyzing the signal. Even our most advanced machines struggled. Some quantum computers crashed instantly. Others got stuck looping endlessly, unable to process the information. Only a few managed to generate output, and what they produced was astonishing. Fractals, patterns within patterns, mathematics that seemed almost alive. Was this another test, or an advanced message simply beyond our current level of understanding? While the data was being processed, strange changes were reported around the world. The brightness of stars shifted ever so slightly. Telescopes picked up distortions in nearby space. Unusual activity began in Earth's upper atmosphere. Soon the truth became clear. These phenomena were part of the message. The alien vessel wasn't just sending a signal, it was shaping the environment around us to communicate. Realizing how advanced this technology was, Elon Musk and his team decided humanity needed to reply, not with light, sound, or code, but with something closer to thought. The answer would come through Neuralink. Using volunteers, the AI translated raw human cognition into a structured neural pattern, our closest attempt at the same type of conceptual communication. Once the message was complete, it was transmitted to the alien vessel. For a moment, the world held its breath. Then, the alien signal changed. It began mirroring the structure of our neural transmission. The ship was adjusting itself to speak our language. At last, the message could be decoded. Two simple but world-shattering words. You are not alone. That statement was both comforting and terrifying. And moments later, new data confirmed the reason why. Something enormous was approaching the edge of our solar system. Much larger than Oumuamua, and built of the same unknown material. Could the fleet we encountered be just scouts? First contact probes sent ahead of a far greater presence? While scientists were still processing this revelation, another shock hit closer to home. A newly detected signal wasn't from deep space. It was coming from the moon. Something beneath the lunar surface had awakened, something dormant for an unknown amount of time. Had it been placed there long ago as a monitor, a trigger, a dormant outpost waiting for a signal? Seismic activity began increasing across the moon. Whatever was buried there, whether technology or something alive, was waking up. Plans were made to send a mission immediately. But before the launch could begin, the alien ship already orbiting Earth transmitted a second message, clear, deliberate, and impossible to misinterpret. We are coming. Was it a warning, a promise, or the beginning of something humanity is not prepared to face? With a massive structure entering the solar system, a silent fleet already here, and the moon revealing long-hidden secrets, one question now defines our future. Is this a meeting or an invasion? What do you think humanity should do next? Tell me your thoughts in the comments. I'll be reading them all. Until then, stay curious, stay alert. This could be the beginning of something far greater than we ever imagined.